Right, okay, I think I have everything set up correctly. It appears I do. So, good morning, fellow captains, and welcome back to another live stream patch notes update with the Hivehounds. Hope you are all having a fantastic Thursday. I believe it is Thursday, isn't it? Sorry we're a bit late. I completely forgot about the whole changing of the time business. So we are officially an hour late. A little hive with pre-work coffee, lol. Well, sorry to ruin your breakfast time, Mr. Flint. How are you doing, good sir? Right, okay. So, why am I all the way down here in the patch notes? That's why, because I was looking for a cool thumbnail. Right, okay, so, yeah. November update, under the black flag. Important stuff, patch note size bigger for Xbox, which seems unusual. I haven't really noticed that before, and they've got multiple update sizes depending on what. So make sure you've got at least 3.5 of 3.6 gigabytes free on your Xbox, and you need about 3 gigabytes free on your. Wait, yeah, I'm confused. Oh, right, so your Xbox One and your Xbox Series X have different sizes. If you've got a PS5, you only need 500 megabytes free. That's kind of nice. And of course, if you're on mobile, you need to make sure you have a gigabyte free as well. November update under the black flags, the TLDR. The really short thing is, Tier 8 reinforcements are coming for the British and the French, which, as you can imagine, I'm extremely excited for. I've been crying to get HMS Neptune for quite some time, and we're getting HMS Neptune, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, expect lots of HMS Neptune gameplay from me over the coming weeks. The Brewing Storm campaign with the premium Tier 8 destroyer Hayate as a reward. Black Friday fleet will be coming with a variety of new ships. Pirate content. Sorry, I was trying to make a cheesy pun then, and I didn't know where I was going with it apart from a R. Sigh. Legendary British destroyer Daring is coming to the Bureau, and we're getting 4 1v1 ranked seasons coming. So yeah, for all of those, I'm better than you, no I'm better than you, no I'm better than you, maybe we can do some countdowns and get some 1v1 action going on. And Mr. Yak has entered the fray. How are you doing? Good morning to you, sir. Yay, you get Neptune along with others. Yeah, I don't care about the others, it's Neptune. Can't wait for Neptune. And the one, the only Spartan Elite 43 is in chat. How you doing? Hope you. Christ, this is a very early morning for you, sir. Like very early. I just realised. What are we 4 hours ahead? 6 o'clock in the morning. Damn. I'll take you, Hive. I'm sure you will. Sure you will, Mr. Yak. To obtain the update bonuses of 5 Shadow Camos, 5 Hunter Camos, you can redeem this code, as highlighted by my terrible highlighting, at www.warshipslegends.com/code-redeemer. Patch notes today, I don't get to record them early, so I have to be up when they go live. Oh yeah, of course, makes perfect sense. Right, so Royal Navy and Marine Nationale expand into Tier 7. So more Tier 7 ships coming to your port. Right, okay, yeah, that's obvious. More Tier 7 ships coming to your port. Right, so what you will need is a fully researched Tier 7 ship and sufficient XP on those. If you have 200,000 Elite XP on your Tier 7, the respective new ship. Oh, right. My God, I'm getting my words all flustered. Breathe, Hive. Calm down. So if you have, so for example, on my Edinburgh, I've got about 800,000 elite XP. So I'm going to be able to unlock Neptune straight away. So if you've got more than 200,000 elite XP, you can unlock it straight away. It's a total of 300,000 XP from a completely fresh ship. So it's 100 XP to complete the tier 7 research and get all the modules. So you need an extra 200, and that will unlock the tier 8 variant for you. So for all you British DD fans, we have the Jutland coming in hot. Neptune. I might need a minute reading that, in all fairness. Yes, the light British cruiser Neptune is coming. I kind of know something about Neptune. So the Neptune is a lightly armoured cruiser. It has less armour than the Edinburgh. It's essentially a tier 8 Minotaur. So yeah, look out for that one. That one, I believe on PC it's got like a 4.8 second reload with the Edinburgh guns. Well, the updated version of the Edinburgh guns, which traverse a bit faster. So yeah, that should be good. Right, okay, so the battleship. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce it. I have no idea. And just to confirm, this is actually a completely unique ship to World of Warships Legends. There is no Terramanari on PC. Doesn't exist. So that's quite nice. We actually get another unique ship on World of Warships Legends. I've done a bit of research, and this ship of this specific name was actually the 1942 design of the potential Lion class. So this particular variant, with the Lion being the 1944 variant of it, was designed to carry the heavier armor-piercing shells. So we might have a bit of a Queen Elizabeth war spite situation going on here with the Lion at tier 7 and the Terramanari at tier 8. So this will have, hard hitting AP. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Nobody's confirmed. Nobody knows because it doesn't exist. It's just there. It's the first one of its kind. I saw Hive streaming, had to drop in and say hi. Well, thank you very much. It was always a pleasure to have you here, my friend. Dr. Ghost, how you doing? Hope you're having a pleasant Thursday morning as well. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that butchered that one. Yeah, nobody knows. I don't think anyone knows how you actually pronounce it. I'm assuming, judging by it, it's one of those ships which the name is, a tip of the hat to another time that we destroyed the French, because that seems to happen quite a bit through British naval naming conventions. So for France, we are going to get the Mogador. See, I can tell you what the French ship's called. Oh my god, the Saint Louis and the battleship Alsace is coming in hot. Honestly, Mogador, I can't wait for. I'm more excited for the Mogador than the cruiser, and Alsace. Alsace, I think, should be a very interesting ship indeed. Right, moving swiftly along. Brewing Storms campaign. So, loosely reminiscent of the Shimakaze, the Japanese destroyer Hayate brings a larger hit point pool, brutal torpedoes, as well as quite a few gunboat characteristics to tier 8. She's quite the fire starter, owing to a quick reload and solid chance to ignite upon impact, and her firing angles allow for great kiting if you are already unleashed your devastating torpedoes. My god, I can't talk. The Saint Louis. Hustle, how you doing? Welcome. Good morning, Retro. How are you, my young man, my boy? Hello father, I got a 6-bomb game today, better be proud of me or else no refunds. I'm still waiting for my change from your mum. And actually looking forward to the Hyate gunboat deed. Yeah, I think the Hyate could be quite interesting, for sure. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have more Japanese gunboats. I want the Harugumo really bad. I'm trying not to get too worked up and too excited, because if you want something and you're waiting for it, you just end up getting mad. I'm tired of towboats right now. Yeah, we need. I love gunboats. Right. Okay. So the Brewing Storm campaign comes with the usual absolutely colossal amount of rewards. I don't think I need to go over it. Like, does anyone really care? Like, we know you get the premium ship at the end if you apply the Admiralty backing, and you get a whole bunch of goodies along the way as well. Black Friday 2022 is coming, so the Italian Tier 3 battleship Dante Alighieri B will come complete with the alternative SAP shells module through a special mission which is obtainable for credits. So that'd be nice. It looks like they're essentially this is probably like a live test of SAP shells on battleships, which that'll definitely start mixing things up a bit. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with chat. When does the update take effect? Update will take effect on Monday. Don't be proud of Retro. He immediately went from 6 kills to getting killed first in the very next game. So an average of 3 kills. An average of 3 kills is not bad. It's not bad. The Japanese tier 8 cruiser Abuki B will be coming out with improved accuracy. Duca de Costa B, Z39B for the Germans, and German Tier 7 premium battleship Bismarck B with upgraded secondary battery, anti-torpedo boat armament, which is essentially the new wording for secondary batteries, at range at the expense of main battery reload. So basically, this is going to be the best range-wise secondary ship that you will be able to have in the game. Dr. Go says, I still do not like the Wargaming is putting out slightly different tech tree ships as premiums. In all fairness, like, okay, so partly, and I would agree, it kind of feels like a bit of a lazy way to create premiums. But then, I don't know, like what should a premium be? I think a premium should be a little quirky. It should have something different. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it was just a reskin, I would be more frustrated with just a reskin. So you're just basically paying for a camo and the money making potential over it actually having some kind of quirk. So I'm a little bit on the fence. I kind of don't agree exactly with it, but I don't disagree either. I think it's a pretty valid point, in all fairness. Looks like slight tweaks on certain BBs. It is. That's what happens when you challenge my Iowa archive. That was one time. That was one time. Never forget this. But oh, that was a while ago now. That was like 2 years ago. A bit longer than that. Might have been different. The only one of these, like, I think is kind of like is the fact that the Ibuki B with improved accuracy, like, that kind of feels like you're selling a better ship. You're just outright just selling a better ship. Whereas, you know, alternative sap, I'm fine with that. Losing main battery range to get better secondaries, I'm fine with that. But yeah, we're gonna have to see if this Ibuki's just outright better. Like, yeah, it's kind of ropey, huh? That moment will live forever. Like, that was actually a great match, and I was all set. I had my guns pointing towards you. I was gonna push around, and I think it might have been a case of whoever hit the fire button first was gonna you know, gonna end it. I start pushing, and all of a sudden I see these string of torpedoes coming at me. I do actually remember that game quite vividly, because I think it was the first time I bumped into you in battle as well. And I was like, no, I've got to turn out to dodge these torps, and next thing, boom, gone. Back to port with you, Hive. Good times. Right, okay, so we also have pirates on the horizon, with 2 dedicated captains and their rovers under the British and French flags, although they appear to both be French ships. More content available, including special chest. Pirates are arriving. Oh my god. Wargaming! Stop copying me with cheesiness. Okay. Save the dates, you scallywags. Starting from the 1st of December, you can exchange your shiny funds for captains and boats in store. So the cruiser, I believe, is the La Fantasque, and the battleship is Jean Bart. So yeah, for anyone who missed out on Jean Bart, just saying, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be it's coming back. But you have to, I know, grind for it or pay for it. It doesn't really tell us how you achieve them. But there we go. Hive, can you sing the No More... No! No! I'm not. We need Ribs here with his ukulele. It's the only way it works. Jolly Roger flag, please. Hopefully, like, if they were ever going to introduce a Jolly Roger flag, like that's when you... This is when you do it. This is exactly when you would do it. Jean Bart, but German. Well, no, it's either British or French. See, this chap here, not stereotyping or anything, but you know, the drastic feathers. I think it might be French. So I think Jean Bart might be French and La Fantasque might be British. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Right. Okay. So. Yeah, we mentioned this already briefly. I don't think there's much we can talk about, really. Ranked duels are back. There's going to be 4 seasons of 1v1 ranked. So it gives us all a little something, a little something to do. Daring Bureau project is coming. So unfortunately, Midway is going to get paused, I believe. I think I'm probably gonna focus on getting the Daring in there. The largest class of British destroyers is arriving at legendary tier. Daring's HE shells are particularly incendiary. I know torpedoes can be launched individually. Her sonar is a lifesaver. So sonar, smoke generator. But beware of her size, however, and watch out for incoming enemy aircraft. So I'm guessing the AA is going to suck, which is why they're mentioning that. This project requires you to possess the British tech tree, destroyers, Jarvis, and Lightning to complete certain segments. See, so this is something I really like that they've added to the Bureau. Like, genuinely, the fact that you have to have at least a couple of, you know, associated ships. I think associated is probably the right words to use. Oh my god. We say his name, it's like 3 times in the mirror, and Mr. Ribs appears. How do good sir? So yeah, I really like this because, like, I've heard it sort of all too many times. It's like, oh well, people can just get legendary ships and they don't even need to play the game. Well, let's force them to play the game. And let's be honest, if you watch how the Bureau projects work and how everything sort of ticks up, I think I worked it out, and it would take someone like 18 months to just log in every day, not do anything, and unlock the amateur. So if anyone's willing to do that, if anyone's willing to log in every day for a year and a half, to just play a legendary ship, they can potato as much as they want. That's some serious effort. Let's have a quick look. Quick question: how does HMS Perth play? Obviously, it's the best tier 5 cruiser. However, should I buy doubloons to get it? I think it's a perfectly good cruiser. The guns are really good. I've recorded the video and done the editing and stuff. I've just been really busy and just not got around to doing it. But you know, it is. There's no getting around it. It is a Leander. I can't remember off the top of my head what the slight differences are. But they're marginal. But yeah, you can always just play the Leander with "I Come From a Land Down Under" blaring in the background. but no, the Perth's perfectly good ship, and yeah, if I was Australian, if I was a criminal, I'd definitely pick it up. And yeah, Dr. Ghost pointed out it does have the improved British AP. The AP on it is fantastic. It's really good. I like the history of the Perth, the eclectic aspect of it. Other than that, I'd rather play Leander. Ooh. Have a great day, folks. Take it easy, Spartan. We will be seeing you tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, me, Spartan, and some other special guests will be getting together for Davy Tunes podcast tomorrow. I don't think that's one anyone wants to miss out on. You definitely want to be there for that. Balance changes. Right, okay. So, yeah. So, anti-torpedo boat armament. Look, I was right, ATBA. So, like, I suppose that's worth learning, because if you look at your secondary guns and wait, hang on a second, it just says ATBA now. What the hell is that? Right, Japanese cruiser Ibuki is getting a boost to her main battery reload. It's being reduced by 0.7 of a second for the stock version. Turret traverse time is being reduced, and torpedo reload time is also being reduced. So that's just an outright buff. The Ibuki. The Ibuki's getting buffs all around. Yugamo is simply not far enough from the Kagero, so hence some basic damage improvements. So there's a reduction in torpedo reload time, an improvement of hit points. It doesn't really change it all too much from the Kagero, let's be honest. But hey, it's a change, it's different. German cruiser, Tier 8 cruiser Rune, is getting a main battery turn time reduction on the stock, about 10 seconds on the upgraded version. That's actually a huge buff. That's actually massive. I don't think people don't realise how important turret traverse is in the game. The Soviet Tier 8 destroyer Denley. Does this thing need any buffs? Like, I don't know. Don't think this needs any buffs. Oh, but it does come with buffs and nerfs actually. So the maximum HE shell damage has been increased by 150 from 1900 to 2050 points. AP shell damage is being buffed by another 250 for both for the upgraded version, so when you get the upgraded guns, but it is receiving a nerf to the main battery reload time from 4 to 5 seconds, and the turret traverse time is also taking a bit of a nerf, taking the upgraded version from 9 to 12 seconds for 180 degree turn time, which kind of sucks. The Denley's really good. But in all fairness, I think it's kind of needed. I think it's necessary. I'm going to be making, yes, MV Retro and Shadow Ninja have been onboarded for for basically to help us monitor the chat and everything for the big podcast. So and yeah, Thomas, you're right. Turret traverse is yeah, it's massive. People just do not realise how important it is to be able to shoot stuff. Right. So, looks like another round. The Dmitry Donskovoy is really good. So why this thing's getting so many buffs, I genuinely don't know. I don't understand it at all. I can't find a good reason for it to be buffed. But the spreadsheets say people in the Donskovoy are obviously not having enough fun. So here we go. They're gonna have more fun. They're getting a hit point buff. From 43 to 47,400 hit points. The 12-kilometer radar has been buffed from 20 to 25 seconds. Sonar consumable is getting a 2-second buff, and also an increased detectability range of torpedoes and of ships as well. So buffing its they're buffing its radar, buffing its sonar, and buffing its hit points. I'm assuming they have their reasons, but yeah, I'm probably going to play Donskovoy a bit more now. So the Champagne, our Donskovoy fell back further than Rune did after receiving its buffs all round. This should aid in survivability and average damage. In all fairness, actually, I probably understand the Rune and the Donskovoy being buffed, because honestly, have you played Buffalo? Buffalo's kind of a boss at tier 8. Like, it's genuinely really good. Other than the TT ships and premiums, I'm quite looking forward to this update. What do you mean, Dr. Ghost? You're not looking forward to the new ships? You're not looking forward to the British? We have to teach you the correct ways of tea drinking so you can become a British flag waving, I don't know, flag waver. There we go. Alright, the French tier 7 battleship Champagne is getting an increased buff to her HE shells and a decent buff to her hit points as well. No, the TT ships as premiums. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough. Graf Zeppelin is getting a buff. That is a fairly extensive buff to the torpedoes, from 6,000 to almost 8,000 damage. Also, with an increased speed in increased torpedo speed and a reduced arm time. ATBA secondaries range is increased from 5 to 5.5 kilometers, and a hangar now holds 15 planes instead of 14, and the planes have been made more maneuverable. Like, that's a lot of buffs. that's a lot of buffs. Well, you knew it. She needs buffs, no matter how you look at it. There's several areas in which she's lacking, especially against August von Parsifal. Yeah, like Graf Zeppelin is kind of lackluster. So, but that's a lot of buffs. That's a lot of buffs. Right. Okay. So modernization changes. So main battery 180-degree turn time bonus increased from 15 to 20 seconds. Gunfire control systems mod 2 is receiving a substantial buff, with main battery increased from 5 to 10%. This is a buff I think almost no battleships can't equip gunfire control system mod 2. I don't think they can. So yeah, we're getting basically cruisers are getting a 5% buff to range. Congratulations. I think you can apply it to DDs as well, so this would be quite interesting on the Tashkent, especially if you're using the long range variant. Adjusted ship traits. Honestly, I don't care about this. Mobile improvements. Android players rejoice, your Google account can now be used for identification purposes, and you can also bind it to your console account in the same way as you did with Facebook. Ship filters, alright, okay, so basically they're adding ship filters for mobiles. Bug fix, I don't really care about mobile, like, in the nicest possible way. I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but I don't play mobile, so I don't particularly care too much. Oh, these are bug fixes. Are these for mobile? No, these are general bug fixes. Rare instance where the game crashes in the campaign interface. Hitboxes from the islands on Tears of the Desert were taller than the model suggested, and some of the buildings let shell pass through them. They have been fixed. There is a reef on Solomon Islands map that stopped many ships. This will no longer occur. The description of Burn Baby Burn skill now correctly mentions the increase of fire chance for aircraft carriers and secondary batteries as ATBA. Resolute Tour Bulge is now correctly visible in the armor viewer. Paolo Emilio had the incorrect camo in the store preview window, and Mobile has fixed the overlap in text on battle results screen. Yes, easier time for HE spamming. Cabba, yeah, I said the Tashkent, why I forgot about the Cabba, I have no idea. The Lurking Gherkin, how you doing? Ben, welcome, dude. Hope you're having, hope everyone, again, is having a good Thursday. So, here we go. Right, this is something I've seen so many people asking for since, like, since as long as I can remember. You can now pick your port. I don't see at least 3 happy people about this in chat. I don't know what I'm gonna do. People can't be pleased. But yeah, we can actually pick the ports. We can have Marseille, Hamburg, Ocean, Fjords, and Nagasaki to start off with. Just waking up for a shower, then work. The curse of the common folk. Good morning, Kev. How you doing? We now need training rooms at the end of the year to end the year off on a good note. Right, we'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, so you can actually now select your own ports. This is something that I've seen come up as well quite a lot for the eternity of a game. So this is something that you requested for ages, and we're finally ready to deliver. From this update, your rudder will hold whenever you switch to the quick commands sort of pizza wheel. Please note this is only true for ships, and this will not work for planes. Also keep in mind, since we don't have fine adjustments of rudder, even if you turn on slightly and call up the quick command menu, your turn will progress to 100% whilst you're interacting with the quick commands. I don't understand pirate mode. In all fairness, they've not said much about it, other than there's pirate ships coming. One British, one French. So I don't think anyone really knows what it is. London, Philippines, and the Sectarian are not available. Well, give them a chance. Look, they're giving us ports. Somali pirate mode. I don't know. They don't seem to fare well when they come up against battleships. Well, warships, should I say. Alright, so temporal anti-aliasing. I don't know what the hell this means. I'm assuming it's something to do with graphics. Is now enabled on Xbox One and One S consoles in battle. Other consoles previously had this enabled. This provides more stable picture quality and smoother geometry edges of objects. And Admiralty back-in interface improvements. The campaign will now be brought out with a single action inside the Admiralty back window, even after having purchased the Admiralty back-in. And make the season count and turn the tides. Right, okay, so where was it? Where's Dr. Ghost? We now just need training rooms to end off the year. I've noticed something. I don't know if anyone else, well, don't know if anyone else is anal enough to argue with someone about updates and actually go back and look through all the patch notes for Eternity. So and this, I don't know if it's worrying or not, but I noticed a trend. So January, well, February, the first update of 2021, we had legendaries added to the game, which is obviously that was a really big update. February of 2021, we got crossplay divisions. So, will Wargaming save training rooms January if they're ready for February? Just because usually the first update of the year generally seems to have, you know, one of the bigger updates. But then, you know, they just dropped Hero on us a couple of months ago, so who knows? New Japanese DD and the Colbert made even further irrelevant by HMS Daring. I know Colbert's got the reload booster as well. Don't forget. Like, I think they have nerfed the Colbert too much. I used to play the Colbert quite a lot. Found it a really fun ship to use, but it sort of increased the difficulty of having fun times in it for sure. Well, if they actually say when it's coming, but I would not mind waiting for a bit longer. Well, that's the thing, like, we know they're working on it. And I think someone, I can't remember who it was, I seen it on Facebook like a couple of months ago, that some sort of bug happened and it actually let them enter into the training rooms. And I know they have training rooms on the test servers, not because anyone's told me or anything, but like Wargaming have said, like, yeah, it's been tested. Like, we know it's working. We know they're working on it at least. You gotta remember, like, they've got to test the hell out of these things. Otherwise, like, if they release something that's broken, everyone's just gonna complain. Everyone's just gonna lose their marbles, and it's not gonna be fun. Or it's just not going to be fun if there's a broken mode. So yeah, do I want training rooms? 100%. I want training rooms. I want clans. I want convoys. I want escort missions. There's a bunch of stuff I think they could add to this game, and that would genuinely really add to this game. But you know, I'd rather wait and get something good than for them to release something that's broken as shit. So yeah. Add the legendary carriers makes the Colbert only good for gathering rust import. Well, I don't know how popular legendary carriers are going to be. I don't think I've seen any yet. I know people have unlocked them, but I think it's definitely going to be like a rare niche thing, sure. So you were saying that you want subs? No, I don't think we'll definitely won't see subs for a long time. Like, the reason why we have 9v9 not 12v12 is because of limitations on hardware, or basically how powerful like the PS4 and the older Xboxes are. So with submarines, like, we don't have underwater modelled. I know that because on the PC update, when they switched to the underwater model, the waves all changed. We don't have the underwater modelled, so like, essentially I think everyone would, you know, they would have to have enough of a majority of players on PS5 and Xbox Series X's and S's. Although I don't know if the S would be able to handle it, because the Xbox One X is more powerful than a Series S. But yeah, basically everyone would need to be, or at least the majority, enough people would need to have to be on the new consoles for them to even consider it, I think, because of how much processing power it would take as well to model the underwater, as well as all the stuff going on the surface. they need to buff AI bots like the Halloween event. I think they. I think I'm sure I read something about that. I don't know if it was just a weird online conspiracy thing a while ago, but every now and again they'll just dial the bots up to 10, so you'll be playing AI. I don't think many of us play AI to actually see it happen, but like every now and again you'll play AI and the AI will just go on an absolute tear and absolutely wreck everyone. Can't pen the legendary CVs from the front because of the funny 60mm armoured decks. Just shatter every shell, including Yamato's, and dive bomber shatter too. Is that true? I had no idea. Genuinely, I know I had the legendary carriers to test, but the only other people that had them were the other CCs, because I'm British, and most of them, sort of, the vast majority are American. We just weren't on at the same time, so it was, I think I managed to get like 2 games in each of the carriers, so I just didn't bother looking. So, has anyone had any issues with salvos landing short when the enemy ships are in ranges to 8 to 10 kilometers? I think everyone has. But I don't want to. Like, I know there's this whole shells falling short. Bug. I'm gonna say bug. I'm gonna give it inverted commas. Bug. Is it a bug or is it just RNG? Like, how often does it actually happen? Like, I play cruisers a lot. Like, a lot. Like, I almost exclusively play cruisers. And I hardly ever see shells falling short. So if I'm not seeing them enough, but then again, I've never really looked for it. So when we get training rooms, I'll do some testing and sort of confirm whether there is actually a bug or not. Do you know what I mean? It's like just saying, oh, my shells fell short, so it's a bug. Kind of, like, could just be RNG. Like, how often is it happening? Is it happening every? Is it happening every 10 salvos? Every 100 salvos? Every 3 salvos? You know, if it's consistently, if it's happening like 50% of your salvos that you fire are falling short, you know, well, maybe then we're in bug territory. Is it only affecting battleships? Because don't know. You know, from my perspective, it doesn't seem to affect cruisers. And if it does affect battleships, why is it only battleships? It's a bug fix wargaming can't fix. So it's RNG. Well, RNG does allow for your shells to go low, to go high, to go left, to go right. So, you know, like, basically, what I'm saying is, I don't know. I haven't paid enough of attention to sort of to have an opinion on it, really. So, I will happily play a bunch of AI games and test it. You know, and sit there and sort of watch my salvos, actually record it, actually go, what, you know. But that's the thing, like, it's something that if it does happen, it happens so infrequently, I haven't noticed. And it's not me being like, there's nothing wrong with the game, it's just genuinely something that I haven't noticed. But then it's also something not actively looked out for. But then I suppose if you perceive a problem and you're actively looking for it, you're gonna find it. Sort of like a confirmation balance bias thing. And there's no way it should happen at 8 to 10 clicks. I tested the theory, especially when they're bow on. Well, yeah, like, well, I don't know. I don't want to get into it because I'm likely to take. I don't want to take the wrong line, basically, because it's not something I've looked out for. If someone wants to send me clips of it happening, or if someone, and I will actively pay attention to it over the weekend. Whilst I tend to play quite a bit over the weekend, I'll have a good gander over the weekend and see if it's a thing. But someone mentioned it the other day, and I was streaming, and I played for an hour, and I actively watched, and I didn't notice it happening. So you know, that's the frequency of it happening would be what confirms or what establishes my position on it, and I'll actively look for this shells falling short bug over the next couple of days, and I'll do a video on it, and it'll either be yes, right, this is not right, this shouldn't happen, this is a bug, or yeah, this is nonsense. So we'll have to wait and see. Right, I have some prior engagements to get onto. The patch notes all done and dusted. Thank you very much to everyone who stopped by. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. I have video of it happening. I could send them to you, but you never respond to your messages on Legends. I don't pay attention to the I get so many notifications that I just turn them off, because particularly like when I'm streaming and stuff, you get notifications popping up all the time. It's really distracting. So yeah, send them to me, and I will actively keep an eye out. If I know somebody's trying to get hold of me, I'll go and look. If I don't know, then I just don't pay attention to to the notifications at all. Discord's generally the best way to get hold of me. I pay attention to Discord in general more than any other social media platform, should we say. Paid by Wargaming to bully. Oh yeah, we played not so long ago. Actually, no, it's been a while actually. But yeah, I will keep an eye out for that, Ben. Not a problem. Right, I have stuff to do, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for stopping by. And of course, until next time, take care.